Hey, sis, you've invested in your career, the blood, sweat, effort, hard work that it took to excel to where you are right now. You've invested in your healing, the therapy, the conversations with life coaches, the personal growth books and seminars, the prayers, the Bible studies, the discussions with pastors and mentors to help you overcome pain and trauma. And you've invested in your education. We know you've invested in your education, the tens of thousands to the universities and the years of studying and learning, all because you had a goal, all because you wanted to pull everything out of life that you could. Well, isn't it time? Aren't you so ready to invest in love, in real love, in the kind of love that leads to a godly marriage? Because isn't it worth it to be able to access the kingdom purpose, the true calling that you know is only available to you with a godly spouse, with a spouse from the Lord? It's so worth it to access the joy, the wealth, the creativity, and the success that you would be able to reach if you had a life that was fulfilled. I want you to think about all that is available to you and how worth it is, because this is truly your biggest desire. And in this episode, I'm going to walk you through the four truths that my clients know. These truths are the reason why they meet their husbands in months. And you're going to hear that today. You're going to hear from specific clients that have unlocked the secret to becoming a kingdom bride. So let's go. Truth number one: every day you delay love, you're paying interest on someone else's lie. And we know what that lie is. We feel it, we sense it. And I include myself as the royal we because I was like you, single for so many years, delayed love for so many years, for decades. And that lie was, oh, you should just pray and wait, or you should just be content. Or you should stop trying to find the right person and focus on just being the right person. Once you become the right person, your husband will come. It'll just happen. All those lies that drive you crazy, that you intuitively know are lies. And the truth is that every day, these lies create more delay at love, and you are paying the price. You are paying the interest on someone else's lie. You're paying the single tax. And the lie ultimately is that you should just wait, that finding a husband or marrying a godly man is a little bit like waiting for an Amazon package. You just stay in your house, take care of your garden, take care of yourself, and God will just send you a husband. It'll just happen without you having to do anything. It'll be easy. No work, no effort is involved. God will just do it all without your participation. The truth is that we are called to co labor with God in this area of our lives, just like every other area. I want you to think about finding a job, looking for a job, wanting the amazing career that you have. Did it come? Did it just fall out of the sky? No. You invested in your education, you got the education, you got the training post education that allowed you to be ready for that job. And that meant going on interviews, sending out applications, getting the right outfits, buying the suits, talking to people that knew people, networking. It might have even meant traveling and relocating for that career. And you were willing to do it. Why? Because you knew that co laboring with God to find a way to pay the bills, co laboring with God to find a way to get a job, to do the work was required. And what I want to tell you is the truth that my clients know, and the reason why they found their husbands as months is because they know the truth that entering into a kingdom marriage means co-laboring with God. I want you to hear about my client who saw this. And when she saw this, it totally unlocked everything for her. Her name is Jordan. She realized she needed to put in the skills and take action. She says, I immediately put the skills you taught into action. And it wasn't before long that I met this handsome, godly man. And she said, I met him on a dating app and now we're getting married. Did you hear that? She put the skills that were taught into action. That is co laboring, my friend. And that is why she's now engaged. And it didn't even take her that long because she put the skills into action. Delay is tricky. We don't think that we're delaying. We think that we're trying. We think that we're on the apps. We think that we are going on the dates. But the reality is that we sometimes tell ourselves that it's just a numbers game and we just need to keep spinning our wheels harder and harder. But I want you to think about it. If you are like a car stuck in the mud, spinning your wheels harder and harder doesn't get you unstuck. What Jordan was talking about was skills that she was taught. She wasn't talking about effort, just random effort, trying harder and harder. She was talking about skills that she learned, and she put those skills into action. So, as I've said before, it's not just a numbers game because a numbers game, trying to win at the numbers game, can just keep you stuck and spinning wheels. It's a strategy game, and you want to learn the strategy so that you can stop delaying. Because every time you just spin your wheels and fruitless effort going out on mediocre dates with mediocre men that aren't even what you're looking for, you are delaying. You're delaying your love story. And as I said before, the cost, the missing out on the wealth building tool that is marriage and missing out on the success building tool that is marriage. I thought I was successful before. I had a bachelor's and a master's from Johns Hopkins University in mechanical engineering. And I thought I was so cool living my life as an engineer successful. But then when I met Caleb, that was when I really stepped into my purpose. That was when I really started to build wealth. And he did too. Both of our wealth catapulted up when we married each other. And it's actually a known fact from places like the Federal Reserve and financial institutions. It's well known that married couples have 9 to 10 times the wealth of a single person. And for me, I didn't really step into my purpose or create success in my career or in my life until I met Caleb. That was when my life truly exploded and I was able to access the creativity and the success and the motivation and truly the fulfillment of everything that I wanted to be my whole life. I was empowered from the joy and the happiness that was welling up inside of me to create my truest success. And so many of my clients say this too, that they want to fulfill that purpose that they know is not available until they meet the spouse God has for them. They know that finding that spouse ignites that purpose in them. So listen, truth number one, every day you delay love, you're paying interest on someone else's lie. It's called the single tax, and you don't have to pay that tax anymore. Truth number two, if you could do this alone, you would have done it by now. Just let that land. But here's the thing, Ruth had Naomi, Esther had Mordecai, and Timothy had Paul. The success that so many have is built on the guidance and the mentoring and the teaching and the training and the assistance and the learning that they have received from godly mentors. Godly mentors is what creates success. Anjali said it so beautifully. I am finally married and am a wife. She met her husband 4 months after coaching. And she goes on to say, my coach has helped me with the process of dating God's way with a lot of wise guidance and direction in finding my husband. And then she says, it's worth having a dating coach that can bring you steps of faith closer to the man of your dreams. We are very happy and in love with the Lord and each other. Why try to do it alone? Why try to forge a path when the path has already been laid and discovered and traversed by women that can show you the way? So, this is a knowledge issue somewhat. We talked about Jordan and the skills that she learned. It's a strategy issue somewhat. It's a knowledge and strategy issue somewhat. Yes. But the truth that we see from Anjali is that it's also a support issue, feedback, accountability, not because you need pep talks and hand holding, not because you need rescuing, but because you are elite. I want you to think about Olympians. They don't just go to the Olympics on their own and say, well, I'm smart, I can figure it out. They're like, I am going to mortgage my house to get the best coach that I can get. It's really impossible to explain the value in having guidance and a coach that knows, like Anjali said, how to move you steps of faith closer to finding your husband from God. It's really hard to describe that relationship, but there's just something so beautiful to having a mirror and to having a compass. And that is what a good coach can do. You weren't meant to figure this out by yourself. Ruth had Naomi, Esther had Mordecai, and you deserve mentorship too. Truth number three, you're standing at a crossroads. The hell version of your story looks like this: another year or more of endless swiping, dating purgatory, and low effort men who don't reflect your value. Is that being true to your biggest dreams and your secret desires that you don't share with everybody? And if you had to do it all over again, would you really choose that path? Would you really go down that road? The road of being alone without love, without romance, without cuddling and affection, without partnership? Is that the life that you really want to walk down? Because it's fine. You can choose that road. But the question is, are you choosing it, or are you just being sent down that road out of default? For many people, and I know for myself, that road, if we're looking at heaven versus hell, that road was kind of like hell for me. I didn't want to lay in bed night after night by myself. I didn't want to go dancing and then come home alone. And honestly, what I found myself doing when I came home alone on those nights was literally crying in the shower because there was a part of me that was untouched and empty. And I didn't want it to be that way. There was a part of me that was missing. And all of those love stories that I was listening to and all of those love songs that I was humming, I couldn't live out. And it was hard. It was hard for me because what I had wanted my whole life was to be loved and to be in love. The heaven version of this story is healing, true fulfillment, true confidence, true emotional safety, real connection, a partner that loves me and accepts me and desires me in a way I never could have imagined. A love and a romance that's fun and a friendship that is so beyond any other friendship I've ever had, a true kindred spirit that I know is going to be with me through everything. And the joy of building a life with someone that adores me and adores my dreams and supports my passions and someone that I get to adore and support as well. That is, to me, the heaven. And the reality is that if you're listening to this podcast, that's probably what heaven and hell sounds like for you too. I want to tell you about Lena. She was kind of living that hell kind of life where she was only meeting low effort, low value men. That's the real hell kind of life, right? And she actually said, I honestly didn't think I would find a Christian man, yet here I am. And she goes on to say, if you're on the fence about coaching, don't hesitate, just do it. Coaching helps me go from a scarcity mindset to learning to talk to a new man each week and learning how to flirt. And I ended up meeting the love of my life. Did you hear the heaven and hell in her story? The heaven, hell, the hell of scarcity mindset, the heaven of talking to a new man and learning how to flirt, and then ultimately the true heaven of meeting the love of her life. That's heaven. That's leaving the hell behind and reaching towards the heaven. This is your opportunity to find a strategy that works and to get out of the dating purgatory hell and reach for the heavenly strategy that brings you to the love of your life. This heavenly strategy will make you my next success story. Like these women who I've coached who met their husbands in 3 to 6 months. Let me give you the final truth that my clients know and the reason why they meet their husbands so quickly. Truth number 4. Smart, powerful women invest in strategy when they want results, not someday, now. They've tried the free stuff. Now they're done with generic YouTube advice meant for the masses. They want a faith led expert to speak into their life and into their individual situation. Smart women hire career experts and they know the value of hiring their own Christian love expert. And it's not because they're desperate. It's because they're ready for a proven strategy because they know their heart is worth prioritizing. And the life they're called to build is worth investing in. I want to leave you with my client Tina's message. This is what how she saw the coaching. She said, "I count Michelle as my friend and mentor. Michelle's expertise and insight into the Christian world of today led me to the man of my dreams, the man God chose for me." And she talked about how this man loved God so much that he put a tattoo on his ring finger, a tattoo of a cross, because he was reminding himself that when he got married, it would be with a woman who put God first. That was the kind of man that she found. And she was looking for expertise in finding that type of man. She was looking for expert guidance because she knew her heart was worth prioritizing. Tina started coaching in July and she found her husband in September. They were married by February. I just want you to hear these timelines because you don't have to delay anymore. You don't have to struggle. You just need to learn these truths. And if you're sitting here thinking, I want to be one of those women who meets her husband in months, then sis, this is your moment. These truths are powerful when they are applied with strategy and support and the right guidance. For me, I knew I didn't want to spend another decade trying to figure this out on my own. So when I was single, I hired a dating coach and I met Caleb in months as well. So if you are listening and you're like, it's time for me to stop delaying. I hear these truths and they resonate with me. You want to make a marriage inevitable instead of the impossible that it feels right now. Then be the Ruth who follows Naomi. And I'd love to be that Naomi for you. The way that we do that now is I'm only offering premium, high level, private one on one coaching. I'm only offering one on one coaching to truly come alongside you as an expert guide in a high level environment where you get full support. It's a premium experience with special transformational experiences that make your success inevitable. I've been doing this long enough to know what women need in order to get success in marriage. And so I give you those experiences so that you can create the marriage that you want quickly. So, what I want you to do is go to my website, thechristiandatingcoach.com/apply, and apply for private mentorship. Apply for private mentorship and book a call to talk to me and discuss whether or not this is the missing piece to your finding the love of your life. These 4 truths changed everything for my clients. They knew it, and now you know it too. Let's get you married, sis.